Hey, everybody, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about my book, Patiently Waiting. The name of the book is Patiently Waiting for the Right Mate by Miss Tanika B. You know, when you're out here dating in the 21st century, ladies, you probably can relate, and I'm sure it's some gentlemen that can relate too. When out here dating in the 21st century, it's real. It's like you gotta have your guard up so high. You either have your guard up so high or you have your guard down so low. And when you take your guard down, when you take your guard down, you tend to love more freely. And I want you to ask yourself, if you're giving your heart away so freely, why do you think somebody else is going to value it? That's one of the points that I made in my book. I don't want to talk about the book too much or give away too much because I want you guys to go and purchase the book and read it and take some notes. Now, I'm not trying to be a Yanla fix my life. I'm not trying to be Dr. Phil. I'm not even trying to be Oprah. I'm just trying to be me, Tanika B. And in this book, it talks about how God created us to be loved and how he wanted us to be loved. And we think we out here dating smart when we say I got my guard up so high. I'm not gonna just let anybody in. When actual reality, that's how God created us to be. He wanted us to guard our heart. And in my book, I talk a lot about trust the process. And when I say process, I'm not talking about a process that you can go and look up in Webster's dictionary or you can go put in Google to find the meaning of the word. I'm talking about process when it comes to dating. You don't really think about it as a process when you're out there doing it. But when you think about it now and you think about and analyze of what it is that I'm doing, you say, it is a process. And when you're dating, or when you meet your soulmate, or when you're trying to meet your significant other, it's a process. And it's a process that may take you weeks, days, months, years. And when you think about this process, you think about it as steps to achieve something. Well, that's what Oxford says. But to me, when I think about steps in a process or I define process when you're out here dating, I define it as sample, eliminate, repeat, or keep. And when I say sample, I mean you're out there, you're going on dates with different people, you're spending time with different people, you're trying to get to know them. If they don't work, you go to somebody else. And if they don't work, you repeat the same process again. You're out there sampling. And when you get finished sampling and you come across someone, you may decide that you want to keep that someone. Hmm. And you want to see how far that goes. That is how I feel like dating is now. You go out there, everybody wants to sample. That's all it seems like people want to do is sample. Some people like the thought of if only for one night, they're cool with that. Some people want to sit in your face 24/7 and be right up under you. Some people cool with that. I just think dating now has become more of a task because society has made us think that everything is okay. They even have women thinking that it's okay to approach a man if you want them, but that's not really how it should go. And I know some women can do that and it works out fine, but it doesn't work for all. I think we need to value ourselves more as people, as a person, versus just flaunting around and laying up and sleeping with any and everybody. Because when you think about sex, that man is entering into a woman. So everybody that he's been with is going to now be with you. And every negative spirit that's on him is going to be cast upon you. So I say that to say, be careful with who you out here sleeping with and dating. Um, and think about the process that you're using and think about if it's successful for you. And ladies, let me tell you something. When you're going through the process, sometimes it's best for you to be alone sometimes to get to know who you are. Because as women, sometimes we lose ourselves. We're trying to take care of everybody and we lose who we are trying to do and be what everybody else wants us to be. So it's okay to be single for years. I myself, I was single for a long time, for a very long time, because I didn't know who I was. And to be honest, my last relationship taught me so much about what I wouldn't put up with, about what I wouldn't tolerate. And oftentimes we ask ourselves, why do I keep staying here with this person? Why do I not value myself more than what I do? I knew he wasn't the one for me. So why am I wasting time? So while I was out there trying to get myself together, I thought about all of those things. And the truth of the matter is, I learned that men do to me what I let them do. And you see, I was the kind of person that would deal with, okay, I don't have to talk to you every day. I don't even have to see you every week. I was that kind of person because I was so wrapped up into my own self, I guess, that I was just really trying to do me, which led me to the question, do I really need to be dating at this point? And then I oftentimes ask myself, okay, I want the man to have something to offer me, but what do I have to offer him? We oftentimes get caught up in the things that we want and in the things that we feel like they should bring to the table. But self-reflection is a hard thing to do. And let me tell you, because I wouldn't have never told myself that Miss T had a lot of work to do. But in reality, I did. I had to do a lot of work on myself. As a partner, I was very selfish, I think. It didn't really matter too much to me about how he felt or what he thought. It was all about what I wanted. And as I got older, things start to change. I started to realize that relationships are 50-50. And if I want to be treated a certain way, I had to reciprocate that same treatment. But now I'm not telling you to run a man down. That's not what I'm saying at all. And I'm not telling you to put up with all of his mess. The thing is, you need to have whatever you give out, you want it reciprocated. If you're giving out love and you're being there for him, you want to reciprocate it. Oftentimes we want the perfect man. And in reality, the perfect man doesn't exist. There is a perfect man that exists for you, for who you are, just like there's a perfect man who exists for me, for who I am. So I say that to say it's okay to be single. It's okay to date yourself. It's okay to get to know yourself all over again. Because I never understood what people would mean when they say you will see when you get older. Well, I must be older now because I'm seeing a lot of things. My views on a lot of things are changing. And it took a while for me to get to this point. Um, because I was one, well, marriage isn't something I have to do. And I'm not telling you that I'm pressed about the issue of being married, but if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, okay, that wasn't in my deck of cards. But I do know now that dating without a purpose is dumb. If somebody is in your life and he doesn't have a plan on staying in your life and you don't have a plan on staying on his life, okay, fine. Don't waste so much of each other's time. But when you're on 2 different pages, that just makes things all the more difficult. And I'm not one to pressure anybody into anything. I say to each his own. But I just feel like if I share my 2 cents, maybe somebody else can learn from my 2 cents and I can learn from their 2 cents. But you can purchase the book Patiently Waiting for the Perfect Mate by Tanika Bunch on Amazon.com. And I took a biblical standpoint on this. And for those of you who didn't read my first book, The Perfect Shoes in Search of the Right Mate, you might want to check that one out too, because that book is the first one in the series. And yes, I'm already speaking it into existence. It will be a series because I've learned so much from being single for so long, from now dating a gentleman for a year, to now reflecting on this book, Patiently Waiting. I hope you guys get something from this stream. I will try to post daily. Well, not daily. I'll say weekly because sometimes life be lifing. You know what I mean? It just be out there lifing. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this segment that I did for you. Let me know what you think. Check it out.